You can't celebrate 4th of July without an ice cold beer, and today we're checking out some rare high gravity beers that have become quite popular out at West Meade Wine and Liquor Mart. Joining me now is high gravity beer specialist Jonathan Mohan. Jonathan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Casey.
So just in time for all the celebrations, you're here to talk about high gravity beer.
High gravity beer.
What is that for folks who don't know?
High gravity beer is just a fancy term for a strong beer. Ultimately, high gravity beer refers to a beer with a higher specific gravity. Gravity referring to the relative density compared to water. With high gravity beers, they have a higher amount of sugar in there, so it yields a higher ABV, which is alcohol by volume. State of Tennessee liquor stores carry beer that are above 6.3 ABV and higher. Grocery stores carry the rest.
Okay.
So it's, like I said, just a fancy term for a really strong, tasty beer.
All right, there you go. So what are some of the most popular styles of high gravity beer? I know you brought some examples with you today.
Yeah, we've got some here today. Some of the more popular styles are the IPAs, stouts, barley wines, sours. You have imperial stouts. This is just another IPA. You have Belgian styles. You have porters. You have Doppelbock, Eisbock, you know, many different styles. We don't have everything here. This is only just skims the surface of the selection of beers.
So many to choose from. A lot of people almost would be overwhelmed at trying to pick one out. So what are the different characteristics of these different styles of beers? How could you explain
I'll start with my favorite, IPA. IPAs account for close to 40% of all craft beer sales across the U.S. So you're going to get a lot of citrus elements here, some grapefruit floral notes, intense hop aroma, usually going to be copper in color. Sometimes you get some grapefruit elements. You know, it's always just going to be real citrus, piney, floral, you know, that aspect.
Okay.
But you can have double and triple IPAs, which can, you know, get up ultimately into 10% alcohol by volume. So, you know, it's not for everybody, but this seems to be king these days.
Okay, and then moving down the line.
You have here is stout. This is a double chocolate stout by Fort Collins. You're going to get some roasted elements there. You're going to get some malt. You're going to get real robust flavors there, a little bit of caramel. Not as much chocolate as you would expect, but it's definitely element there.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be chocolatey. This is double chocolate.
Oh, of course.
Now, what do these taste like over here?
This is a barley wine. Barley wine ultimately usually is one of the higher ABV beers that you can get. There's heavy amounts of malt here. Often yields a little bit of sweetness. I've heard of a lot of people substituting this for desserts, for ports and things like that, enjoying barley wines with that. This is a sour ale here. Sour ale can be very acidic in nature, sour in flavor, oftentimes aged in wood barrels, oak barrels, aged over wood chips a lot of times. This is something that's real come on strong lately and seems to be not going away. Okay. This is just another stout. This is one of the best stouts in the world here, the Old Rasputin Imperial Stout. It's a perennial top 100 beer.
This one here. Okay.
And that one's got, once again, a lot of roasted elements there, a lot of malt, a lot of mocha. This is going to be a lot more bolder in those coffee elements here, a lot of dark coffee than it would be here in this double chocolate.
Okay, good to know. And then quickly down here, tell us about these.
This is another IPA, but this has got a heavy amount of IBUs in there. It's over 100 IBUs, and that's the International Bitterness Units, and that's what makes a bitter beer. Hence the name palate wrecker.
Right.
You know, you got to kind of build up to this one.
And this one is a Belgian beer.
Yes, that's a Belgian style. It's a delirium tremens. Belgian style, you get a lot of golden color, a lot of fruit elements, banana, sometimes orange, a little spice, cloves. Every now and then some caramel. Real unique element there. And the last on the list is the local beer here, the Yazoo Smoked Porter. And this is a beer named Sue. Play off the old Johnny Cash song. And that's just, you're going to get a lot of the same elements of the stouts, the roasted malt, the mocha elements, but that's got a real smoke element there. That's a real unique style porter, not your traditional porter.
Right. And so these are really just a few of the high gravity beers that you have. You have a huge selection.
Yeah, we carry over 150 beers at West Meade Wine and Liquor Mart. Most of them ranging between IPAs and Belgian beers. Probably coming in third would be stouts.
Okay.
But probably over half of our store is dedicated to Belgians and IPAs.
It's the biggest seller down there?
Oh yeah, IPAs and Belgians are our two biggest sellers, hands down.
All right, well you've got us covered, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
Hey, West Meade Wine and Liquor Mart is your store for great tasting high gravity beer. They're located at 5402 Harding Road in Nashville. That's at the Highway 170 split. Give them a call at 615-352-3001 or log on to westmeadwines.com. We've got a link to that site on the More at Midday section of WSMV.com. You can also look for them on Facebook and on Twitter.